Welcome to the deep dive. Today, you and I are really taking a journey, aren't we, into the heart of Italy.
Yes, central Italy specifically. We're exploring these amazing villages.
Exactly. We've got some great sources, these really vivid YouTube explorations, that show you what it looks like. And also a blog post that digs a bit deeper into the history and the culture.
And our goal here isn't just like a travelogue. We want to get to the essence, right?
Yes. Why do these villages matter so much in Italy's story?
That's the question. We're aiming to pull out the key ideas, what makes them tick.
Okay. And just so everyone's clear, we're talking Tuscany, Umbria, Lazio, Marche, and Abruzzo. That central core.
The real heartland.
All right, let's dive in. So the history, it goes way, way back, further than maybe people think.
Oh, much further. It's not just the Roman Empire, though obviously that was huge. We're talking over 3,000 years.
Wow.
Yeah, the Etruscans were a major influence long before Rome really got going.
Yeah.
You can still sort of feel their presence.
You really can. One of the videos showed Monte Cassiano, those medieval walls still standing, the narrow streets.
It's like stepping into another time.
Exactly. And the fact they're so well preserved, what does that tell us?
Well, I think it speaks volumes about continuity, about identity. These structures weren't just practical.
Right.
They were a statement. And, the landscape itself often shaped how these places grew.
That makes total sense. So many are on hilltops. We saw Volterra in Tuscany.
Right.
The views.
Stunning, yes. But more than just pretty views.
Strategic, you mean?
Absolutely. Defensive advantages were key. Controlling routes, seeing who was coming. Think Santa Stefano di Sasagno in Abruzzo, looking out over the Gran Sasso.
Ah, okay. Gave them a bit of independence, maybe.
It often fostered that, yes.
Yeah.
Self-reliant.
And then you've got San Gimignano. I mean, medieval Manhattan. You see those towers.
Instantly recognizable. A UNESCO site, too.
So those towers.
Yeah.
Just defense or something else.
More than just defense. They were huge status symbols. Wealth, power.
Ah, like showing off for the neighbors.
Kind of. A vertical competition between families. It tells you a lot about the society back then.
Interesting. And Monteriggioni, almost perfectly walled, mentioned by Dante even.
Which is amazing, isn't it? For such a relatively small place.
Why do you think it took that kind of recognition?
Maybe its intactness. It stood out as this symbol of, resilience in a pretty chaotic time.
In Coronado, the walls there are just massive.
Yeah, the scale is incredible. Tells you they weren't messing around with defense. Security was paramount.
Okay, so beyond the walls. Art and architecture. Our sources were full of this.
Oh, definitely. Those cathedrals, just stunning. Or Vietos, for example, the mosaics, the sculptures.
Breathtaking. But they were more than just churches, weren't they?
But absolutely. They were the heart of the community. Civic pride, artistic ambition, all rolled into one.
And visual storytelling, right? For people who couldn't read.
Exactly. Those intricate details in Orvieto, or Siena's Duomo, they conveyed the religious stories, reinforced the church's influence. Big time.
And then there's Pienza. Completely different, designed as an ideal city.
By Pope Pius II, yeah. It's pure Renaissance thinking.
What does that mean practically? How did they design it?
It's all about human scale, harmony, proportion. Looking back to classical ideals, the main square, the buildings around it, it's meant to feel orderly, beautiful, a whole new philosophy.
Kind of revolutionary.
It really was. And you see that power and patronage elsewhere, too, like the palaces. Montepulciano, Urbino.
Urbino, yeah, Raphael's birthplace, one guide mentioned. What do these palaces show us?
Well, they're solid proof of wealth, power, and art patronage concentrated in noble families. They were cultural hubs.
Centers of influence.
Exactly. The art inside reflects the values, the ambitions of the rulers. It's a real window into that world.
And the art wasn't just in palaces. Those frescoes. Giotto. In Assisi, Spello.
Incredible, aren't they? Frescoes were so important.
Why that medium specifically?
It was a powerful way to communicate religious stories visually to everyone. Placed in churches, public spaces, accessible. They reinforce beliefs, social norms.
Makes sense. And beneath the surface, Orvieto's underground tunnels. From the Etruscans.
Yeah, it's like a hidden city. Cisterns, wells, caves.
What were they used for?
Shows how clever the Etruscans were. Water management was crucial, so cisterns and wells, vital. The caves, maybe storage, maybe burials. It's a direct link to that pre-Roman world.
Fascinating. And then you have San Galgano, the roofless abbey.
With the sword in the stone.
Right. Such a striking image. How do these legends stick around so strongly?
Well, they often mix history and folklore, don't they? They explain things or just add this layer of magic, of mystery.
Gives the place character.
Definitely. Makes it memorable. Adds to its cultural weight. Now, can we talk food and wine?
Ah, yes, please. Tuscany, obviously. Vino nobile di Montepulciano, Brunello di Montalcino.
Montalcino, yeah. Paradise for wine lovers, as one video put it.
And those ancient cellars you see in the villages, is there connection to the wine quality?
There often is. Tradition runs deep, centuries of knowledge, plus those old cellars. Often perfect for aging wine. Consistent temperature, humidity.
Ah, okay. So it's tradition plus the terroir, the land.
Exactly. The soil, the climate. It all comes together in the glass. That's Tuscan wine.
But not just Tuscany, right? Umbria's got Sagrantino di Montefalco.
From the balcony of Umbria.
And Orvieto DOC wine. Different regions, different wines.
Totally. Reflects the microclimates, the different soils. Sagrantino's this big, bold red, very unique. Orvieto often crisp whites. It shows how tied everything is to the land.
And the food, too. Like in Gubbio, mushrooms, truffles, game from the forests.
Straight from the surroundings. The local gastronomy is really rooted in what's available. You taste the landscape, basically.
And those specific local crafts. Offety's bob and lace.
Beautiful stuff. And Abateggio's pecorino cheese, these aren't just hobbies.
Their heritage.
Absolutely. Skills passed down, part of the town's identity, just as important as the buildings.
And geography still plays a part, like Castel Gandolfo on the lake. Lakefish is big there.
Makes sense, doesn't it? And olive oil in Tuscany or Abateggio again. The land dictates so much.
The Apennines shaping agriculture, cuisine?
Fundamentally. Which leads us to the spiritual side, the deeper historical significance of some places.
Assisi comes to mind immediately. St. Francis, UNESCO site. Huge basilica.
It's iconic. And its meaning goes beyond just religion, you know. St. Francis stood for peace, social justice. It's because a global symbol of that.
And the basilica itself is an artistic treasure.
A masterpiece. Reflects the devotion, the art of the time.
Then there's Subiaco, St. Benedict's Monastery, early Christian frescoes.
Takes you right back to the beginnings of Western monasticism.
What kind of impact did those early monasteries have?
Oh, huge. They were centers of learning, preserved knowledge through the so-called Dark Ages, developed farming techniques. They shaped European culture profoundly.
And Calcutta, one video mentioned its sort of mystical vibe, nature and art blending.
Some places just develop that atmosphere, don't they? Maybe the dramatic setting plus artists moving in. It becomes this unique creative hub. Feels a bit separate.
And other key spots, Macerata, with that big arena, the Sferisterio.
Yeah, originally for a ball game. Shows how important public gatherings entertainment were, later used for opera, so it speaks to the town's cultural life too.
And Recanati, Leopardi's birthplace. How does a place like that shape a poet?
Profoundly, I think. The landscape, the local vibe, maybe even the feeling of being a bit remote. It all feeds into the creative vision. You can see Recanati in Leopardi's work.
And Volterra again, 3,000 years, Etruscan, Roman, medieval.
It's like a living history book, layers upon layers.
Amazing. Okay, beyond the famous names, what about some real hidden gems?
Civita di Bagnoregio has to be up there. The dying city.
Right, perched on that cliff, only reachable by bridge.
It's unreal, almost precarious, which just adds to its magic.
Looks incredible in the footage. And Pitigliano, Little Jerusalem.
Yeah, named for its significant Jewish history. The community carved homes, synagogues right into the soft tufa rock.
Creating this unique architecture.
Exactly, a testament to coexistence.
And Vittorchiano, the Moai statues, that seems random.
They're modern replicas. It's a nod to the town's stoneworking tradition. Kind of quirky. And Spello, all those flowers.
Oh, the floral displays, especially during the Infurata Festival. It's just this explosion of color, community pride, art. Beautiful.
And Montefalco again, the balcony of Umbria.
The views.
And Ofida's lace making. These little details add so much.
They really do. It's the whole tapestry.
So pulling it all together, what's the bigger picture? Central Italy's overall significance.
Well, you can't overstate its role in the Roman Empire and the Renaissance. That blog post really nailed it. These periods changed everything, not just for Italy, but for Western civilization. Law, art, philosophy.
And the geography itself, the mountains, rivers, coastlines, it's so varied.
And that variety shaped everything. Farming, trade, where people settled, how communities interacted or didn't interact. The Apennines were both barriers and pathways.
Creating distinct regional flavor.
Exactly. And culturally, it's just so rich.
The festivals, Palio di Siena, Carnevale di Viareggio, and the food. Olive oil, pasta, cheese, wine, still so central to life there. These traditions are alive, connecting past and present.
And modern central Italy, it's not just a museum, is it? You got Florence, Rome,
Thriving cities. It's this amazing mix, isn't it? Deep history right alongside modern life.
Respect for the past, but living in the present.
That's it exactly. Walk down a medieval street, then grab a perfect espresso. It works.
So, wrapping up this deep dive, wow, it's been quite the exploration. History, art, culture, food, landscapes, it's all interwoven in these central Italian villages.
It truly is. Which leaves us, and you, with something to think about, perhaps.
Go on.
How does that enduring spirits, those traditions we've touched on, how do they keep shaping Italy today? And what does exploring them tell us about European history more broadly? You have to wonder, what other stories are still hidden in those stones, in those hills?